1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. Conditional presidential pardon for Ranjan Ramanayaka. The Prime Minister has requested the UNICEF to increase the fund to be given for children and women of low-income families. Justice Minister says that the government has not agreed to use PTA on taking persons into custody. Minister of Power and Energy says that measures have been taken to bring back the fuel distribution to normalcy. It has been emphasized that many solutions will be provided by the interim budget. 500 new buses are to be purchased. Foreign news, Ukraine President says that world narrowly avoided a radiation accident. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe today signed the document regarding the granting of a conditional presidential pardon for former State Minister Ranjan Ramanayaka, who was convicted for contempt of court, Presidential Media Division said. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunadana has requested the UNICEF to increase the fund to be provided for women and children of low-income families in the rural and town areas. He made these remarks at a meeting held with the Regional Director of the South Asia of the organization, George Ajay, and other senior representatives recently. The Prime Minister also spoke of the importance of providing of a midday meal for school children. The director also said that its organization has implemented many programs on behalf of the women and children of Sri Lanka. These programs will be further enhanced. Minister of Justice Vijay Das Rajapaksa says that as a government, it has not agreed to use the Prevention of Terrorism Act for taking persons into custody. But there was a plan to set fire to the parliament after capturing the presidential secretariat and the president's house by the groups who joined the Aragalia in a good manner. Participating in the Subharati program of the SLBC said that in such instance it's compulsory of operating of the security forces to prevent it. He also stated that most of the countries who oppose the PTA are trying to fulfill their aims within the crisis period, as Sri Lanka has to depend on them. Minister of Power and Energy says that arrangements have been made to bring back the fuel distribution to normalcy. The operational activities of the fuel stock facility are functioning 24 hours. The existing stock of fuel will be issued on the same ratio. Meanwhile, the ministry said unloading of diesel from the ship which reached the island yesterday is being processed. The Minister of Fisheries says that a discussion will be held on Monday on providing a fuel subsidy for the fisheries sector. The officials of the President's Office and the Ministry of Finance will participate at the discussion. Minister Douglas Devananda said that the government has planned to provide kerosene oil and diesel to the fishermen speedily. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Minister Prasanna Rantunga says that more attention will be paid to provide solutions for the economic problem through the interim budget. He said the objective of the government is to provide concessions for the people. Priority will also be given on the preparation of proposals of the Housing Development Ministry. He reiterated that the President has stated to improve the tourism sector next year through the new budget. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Transport Board, Kingsley Ranawaka, says that new 500 buses will be purchased under the Indian credit loan proposals. 200 buses out of it have already been received. In addition, 200 buses which were removed from the operation have been refurbished. The chairman also pointed out that the target is to deploy 8,000 buses for Operation Island-wide. The SLTB has also achieved the highest income at this juncture. Measures have also been taken to provide benefits and privileges to the employees. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
In the main news, UK government today lifted the travel advisory on Sri Lanka, stating that it no longer advises against all but essential travel to the island nation. Earlier, the UK government issued a travel advisory against all but essential travel to Sri Lanka, mentioning that the country is experiencing a severe economic crisis that has led to shortages of basic necessities, including medicines, cooking gas, fuel and food. The Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority says that more than 31,000 foreign tourists have arrived in the island from the 1st to the 23rd of this month. According to the data of the authority, 490,000 tourists have arrived in the island this year. The authority also stated that a considerable growth of the tourism sector has shown with the strengthening of the security situation in the country. And that was main news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Life is brought to you by
A Strength to Your Life. CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable gifts and all bills are on 31st of October. Come to CIB today.
It has been reported that the Varapitia main road across the Ambagahahena Katuana in the Mulkirigala electoral division is severely dilapidated. The road, which has not been developed for about 20 years, has caused many hardships to the transport activities in the area. Due to this reason, the school children and the employees are facing many difficulties. The residents in the area have requested the relevant authorities to construct the road soon. This is for the attention of the chairman of the Road Development Authority of the Southern Province.
A Strength to Your Life. CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable gifts and all bills are on 31st of October. Come to CIB today.
World News headlines. Ukraine president says that world narrowly avoided a radiation accident. Russia burning huge amounts of gas, puzzling experts. California to ban sale of petrol-only vehicles by 2035. World News in detail. President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Europe faced the prospects of a radiation disaster yesterday when a Russian-occupied nuclear plant was disconnected from the Ukraine's power grid. It was also due to backup electricity kicking in the Zaporizhzhia plant was able to operate safely, he added. Fires had earlier damaged overhead power lines, cutting the plant off. There is growing concern over fighting near the complex, which is the largest nuclear plant in Europe. As Europe's energy costs skyrockets, Russia is burning off large amounts of natural gas, according to the analysis shared with BBC News. Experts say the gas would previously have been exported to Germany. They say the plant near the border with Finland is burning an estimated $10 million worth of gas every day. Scientists are concerned about the large volumes of carbon dioxide and soot is creating, which could exacerbate the melting of Arctic ice. The analysis by Rystad Energy indicates that around 4.34 million cubic meters of gas are being burned by the flare every day. California is to ban the sale of new petrol-only vehicles by 2035, marking a historic step in the state's attempts to tackle climate change. The new rules are aimed to force car makers to accelerate the introduction to the market of cleaner vehicles. It comes after Governor Gavin Newsom set a target in 2020 to speed up the shift away from fossil fuels. The move is important as California is the most populous state in the U.S. and one of the world's biggest economies. Under the rule issued by the California Air Resource Board, 35% of new vehicles sold in the state must be electric, hybrid or hydrogen-powered by 2026. Back to the headlines of the world news. Ukraine president says that world narrowly avoided a radiation accident. Russia burning huge amounts of gas, puzzling experts. California to ban sale of petrol-only vehicles by 2035. And that ends world news, and we have development news now. Matra Senagama Kudawava that belongs to the Nithulpitiya Agrarian Service Office will be renovated. 20 million rupees will be spent for the renovation activities. The project is being initiated by the Hambantota Irrigation Office. The water needed for paddy cultivation activities will be supplied to 250 acres of paddy land. 32 families will be benefited from this project, and that was development news.
Sports News is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
The Asian Championship Cricket Tournament will begin in Dubai tomorrow. The inaugural match will be played between Sri Lanka and Afghanistan. Sri Lanka is participating at the tournament under Group B. The match between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh is to be played on the 1st of next month in Dubai. The final match of the tournament will be played on the 13th of next month. And that was sports news.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The CAB has asked for $100 million for importation of coal for the year 2023. At today's exchange rate, it is 160 billion rupees. The CAB has been spending around 20 billion rupees per month for electricity generation from diesel and furnace oil over the April to July period this year. Having foreseen this eventually, there has been a concentrated effort to fast-track the development of the ready alternative of roofing solar power by upgrading the Surya Bharat Sangramya to a real war effort.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Treasury bonds over 40 billion rupees will be issued under 2 categories. The interest rate is 18%. The central bank said that issuing of bonds will be conducted on the 30th of this month. These bonds will expire on the 1st of July 2025 and 15th of July 2031. And that was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And in the weather report, the Met Department says that showers will occur at times in the Sabaragamu province and in the Kandy and Nuwara districts. Several spells of showers will occur in the western and northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the Uva, eastern and north central provinces and in the Mullatheo district during the evening or night. And that was the weather report. And before we end this afternoon's news broadcast, let's take a look at the headlines again. Conditional presidential pardon for Ranjan Ramanayake. The Prime Minister has requested the UNICEF to increase the fund to be given for children and women of low-income families. Justice Minister says that the government has not agreed to use the PTA on taking persons into custody. Ministry of Power and Energy says that arrangements have been made to bring back the distribution of fuel to normalcy. It has been emphasized that many solutions will be provided by the interim budget. 500 new buses are to be purchased. Foreign news, Ukraine president says that world narrowly avoided a radiation accident. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.